Well, hey guys, I'm Mark and welcome to the channel where it's all about racing and race cars, and it really is all about racing. I don't cover regular cars, just race cars on this channel. Now last week I showed you a little selection of some of the cars that I had coming up that I hadn't reviewed yet, and the Glickenhouse was one of those that somebody asked to be reviewed this week. So here we are looking at this. And this is a 2022 Glickenhouse 07 LMH from Glickenhouse Racing. This is a racing prototype car built by Scuderia Cameron Glickenhouse, competing in the FIA WEC Le Mans hypercar category. Now, they were not able to compete in the IMSA category because they didn't make enough cars in order to compete in that. That was one thing that always got under Jim Glickenhouse's head, I guess you could say. He was really resentful of IMSA because he spent a lot of money competing in the Road Endurance Championship, and I think he really would have rather had competed locally in IMSA since he was a U.S.-based team. But anyhow, this was a unique LMH prototype that featured a mid-mounted Glickenhouse by Pepo Motors P21 3.5-liter V8 twin-turbo, which produced 607 brake horsepower and weighed only 2,310 pounds. Now, many of you probably remember these cars either in this red livery or in the blue, and at one time they even competed two cars. But they only competed in 12 races, won 2 poles, 2 podiums, and 0 wins. The first race for Glickenhouse was the 2021 8 Hours of Portimao, Mayo, and the last was the 2023 6 Hours of Monza. Now, guys, this is a spectacular looking prototype car. And if you compare this car to any other prototype of the era, like the Toyotas, it is absolutely huge. I saw one reviewer do a 118 comparison of both this car and to that of the Toyota TS, I believe it was the 50 or the 100, and it was massive. And I said, it's got to be out of scale. Then I bought it, and I looked at it, compared to the Toyotas that I have, both from Spark, and it is a big car. Guys, I think it is one of the absolute neatest looking prototypes ever built. Now, being a Spark car, the wheels are spectacular. I love them in gold with the Michelin tires. And just look at the profile of the car. It is really, really fascinating, cool looking. I love the sloping front end. I think it is absolutely phenomenal to look at. I mean, just look at that. Look at the headlights. I mean, just really, really good looking. And here's a look at what is actually the driver's side of the car. Now, the driver lineup in 2022, the 24-hour Le Mans in this car were Richard Westbrook from the UK, an FIA Platinum driver, Ryan Briscoe, an Australian, FIA Platinum and IndyCar veteran, and Frank Malieu, a Frenchman, FIA Gold. Good lineup. Unfortunately, they just were not able to really compete in the same level as the Toyotas. They didn't have the budget. Jim Glickenhouse was a pretty wealthy guy, but nothing like the folks at Toyota. Here's a cool look at the back of the car. I just absolutely, I really love the rear wing on this thing. It is absolutely phenomenal looking. The fin on it is huge. Check out those cool ass exhaust pipes that you have on it. Let me pull it up here. I mean, look at those things just sticking out of the back there. I love the perforation over the wheel wells. And this being a Spark car, these are not painted. They're actually textured and they are perforated. They're absolutely huge over the front wheels. And there's a look at kind of a bird's eye view of the top of the car. It is a fascinating looking vehicle. Whether it's red or blue, I think it's an absolutely great looking car. Anyhow, guys, that wraps up this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. We'll see you next week with another car.